My name's Adara, and welcome back to the Lain Podcast, episode 5. Today we have a very special guest joining us. Say hello to Rex, the Guardian.
What's up?
Hey, Rex, introduce yourself. No. So what do you do? All that stuff.
Okay, so just to kind of explain what I do, it's literally just anything and anything under the sun. I don't really have a set genre of anything I do. I do YouTube. I mostly do Twitch, at least that's where my focus has been lately, because YouTube is kind of a mess.
Definitely.
But mostly do gaming stuff, but it's just kind of whatever I feel like doing that day. I do podcasts, I do gaming, like I said, I do some IRL stuff, modeling, that sort of thing. It's literally just anything and everything, so there's should be something there for really everybody. YouTube, I do mostly animatic type stuff. At least that's what I've been trying to break into with, trying to make actual decent content other than just the random shit post. Which I hate the fact that most of my channel is just nothing but shit posts.
I get that. I mean, my most popular video for a very long time was a shit post. So,
my most popular video right now is a video literally called Hans, and it's 2 seconds long, and all it is a horse freaking out and an explosion. That's the whole video.
Jesus Christ.
It's only 2 seconds, and it's got 50 views.
Jesus.
I'm saying, like, why?
I get that.
My most seen art is also a shit post.
No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. My boyfriend Proxon, he actually made. I completely forgot to introduce ourselves. Just I was so focused on you that I forgot to do our usual introduction.
Yeah, great.
So, hello everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. My name's Adara. I am a YouTuber, writer, and VA. And with me, I have my lovely co-host,
Roxanne.
Alright, Proxan, who is a
Artist.
right,
No, I do art.
Yeah, and
That's about it.
dude, if you do art, then you're an artist,
Yeah.
right? And who's also a
Gamer?
yes, a real gamer. He's the game master out of the both of us. So hopefully the two of you are gonna have some really nice discussions, or so I hope. I'm just gonna tagging along with a couple of stuff. Hey there, Impello Palm. Hello, welcome to the podcast. So yeah, we're just we're going to start talking about the games. Yeah, no, in my case, my most viewed video was also a shitpost, so I really know how I feel. So, anyways, we're gonna first start with our history with games and what drew us to gaming, and how is it to what extent is it how good of an art form is gaming, like as an art form, and for example, if we discuss a game, we plan to discuss it in an artistic perspective, the art of the game, the quality of the graphics, the quality of the story, like we're going to critique games. And also we're going to discuss some stuff about the gaming community as well, and gaming culture and all that stuff. So, do you have anything that in particular that you wanted to start with, or should I leave it to Proxen to bring a few games into subject?
Okay, well, first of all, I have to just start off with my English teacher would kill me if she found out I was doing this podcast, because she hates video games.
Oh no!
Oh my god, my teacher would shoot me, but
Does
oh yeah, no, she I did. Okay, quick story before getting into the actual topic here. One time to kind of prove a point, because I'm going to start off by saying, just to kind of start the ball rolling on that, yeah, I do think video games are a type of art form. to a degree. And one thing I did out of spite, just to kind of spite my teacher, was we had to do a project where we had to like build something based on a book. I don't remember the whole project. I did mine in Minecraft and got an A because she couldn't grade me down for being in a video game. So it's like, suck it.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
it was just really funny. But I don't really have much to start with in terms of the actual topic because I do think it is an art form to an extent. Like it falls into that kind of weird gray area, I guess would be the best way to put it.
I see.
Because the way I see it is art can be split into two different things. There's subjective and objective, like for opinions.
Uh-huh.
Subjective art is like drawings, paintings, that sort of thing, where it's kind of like, the beauty of the beholder type of thing. I think video games fall more under the objective art where we can agree that something's universally good or universally crap.
No, I
Like,
mean, like, are you saying that, I don't know, Minecraft would be an objectively good game, for example?
objectively, okay, the way I see it is the game functions as intended and it's like fun. I can say that's a good game objectively, but at the same time, there's that whole subject. That's why I say it's in that gray area between both of them, is because it kind of falls into both, where video games can be either objective or subjectively good. Like objectively good, obviously, if it functions as it intended and it's done well. But then the subjective side of things, where like, not to say Minecraft, just games in general, like there's just that gray area where it's like, well, someone might not like it, even though it's objectively good. They themselves might not enjoy it. So it's in that sort of in between. I do think it's an art form. It's just kind of in that weird gray area. So
I guess, yeah, I think all video games are art, even the really shitty ones, but it's like you said, like, everybody has their opinions on certain games, right? And I've had like a very interesting history with gaming because when I was younger, I was a console girl, right? I played PlayStation and PSP most of the time. So and the Nintendo, no, not enough, the Game Boy, sorry, the Game Boy Advance. I also had one. So I always was a solo gamer. I never played multiplayer games, and but my boyfriend Proxon, he's different. Like he's mostly like a multiplayer. Like he likes solo games as well, but especially lately he takes a lot more joy playing games that are multiplayer. And his favorite game of all time is a multiplayer, which is World of Warcraft, right?
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, but like for like
Used to be
Coldplay.
for the
Yeah, but
longest
Coldplay
time.
is my favorite band of all time, even though it's not my favorite band right now, right? So like when I say of all time, it's like something that's always going to be in our hearts, regardless of
Yeah,
where,
I guess so.
right? Regardless if we don't like it at the moment, right? So, but then I became more of a PC gamer with the years. Like I had a period where on YouTube I did gameplays. I played a lot of games on YouTube. That's all I did. Those were my videos that I started with. But then I realized that my gameplays were garbage because I played in a really shitty laptop that ran like 5 frames per second.
Like a
I know
PowerPoint
this
slideshow.
feeling.
Yeah, it looked like PowerPoint slideshows sometimes, dude. They are like,
Good God, you just put me to a blast from the past on something.
and what would
So
that be?
I've been doing content creation for a long time, and my first YouTube channel that I kind of dropped before coming back to it, like basically fresh start stuff, was I used to try to do video game stuff, and I still have the old laptop. I call it the crap top because that thing could not get like 10 frames on freaking Tetris. Like
Oh no.
Oh
it
no.
was so bad. So you just have these videos where it was just this real shit quality microphone and just like a PowerPoint presentation. It
Yeah.
was so bad.
Yeah, but sometimes we don't have anything else to game, right?
Exactly.
That's fair.
No, yeah, definitely. And that was my case as well. It's like, I don't know. You know what the sad thing was? I wasn't even aware of how bad it was until I actually, because I was so focused. I was so hyper focused on getting content out. I was so hyper focused on making stuff, on having something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't really acknowledge the fact that the quality of this is all shit, right? Because I thought about it this way. Oh, if people come to my channel, they're not going to care if the quality is bad if I have a good performance, which that's what my pride and joy was, what my performance, my voice acting. For example, my first ever gameplay was Undertale, which is a game that I wanted to talk about today. Because Undertale is one of my favorite games of all time. It always will be. I just think that game is like one of the best games that ever was made, and I was always very proud of my Undertale impersonations. I can impersonate almost every character. And because one of the things that I found very special about Undertale is that I feel like everybody has a little bit of every character in that game, you know? I think, at least I feel like I do. And but obviously that didn't work out. I never got any views on my videos because of the quality was so shit. So it is what it is. Have you
Did,
ever played Undertale?
no. Okay, so this is gonna sound really bad, but um, a while back, like this was like 2 years ago. Someone actually gifted me the game because this is when I just started live streaming, and they gave me this game because it was popular at the time, and they're like, "Here, stream this, so uh, you'll have more views." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take a look at it." Completely forgot to do it for 2 years. I
Jesus
haven't even
Christ.
installed it yet. It's just sitting there. It's like I feel
It's
so
collecting
shitty about
dust.
this. Yeah, it's just sitting there collecting dust. Like, oh, I feel like a piece of shit. Because every time Undertale gets brought up, it's just like in my head, just fuck. I gotta stream Undertale.
Yeah. No, dude, shame on you. Undertale is so
Well,
good.
I haven't played it either, Ryan.
Yeah, but like at least you've watched a few gameplays of
Yeah,
it.
that I did.
However,
However,
I have told you many times that I still think you should play Undertale, but in Proxon's case, it's not really like the kind of game that he likes. Like I said, lately he just likes playing games with his friends. That's where he gets the most enjoyment. And he also prefers like high graphic games, like I don't know, Genshin and Sea of Thieves, that kind of stuff, and in general multiplayer. So I feel like an 8-bit game is not, because Proxen is a very art derived person, right? If
yeah, but
something,
pixel art is also art, Ryan.
yeah, but
But I don't know. Like I love like the music in Undertale. That's some good shit. Like the
mm,
dialogues.
mm,
I don't know. Like everything that is happening is so much thought put into it,
I know, right?
and yeah. But I don't know. I don't see me playing it.
Like it's just, but like maybe one day I can convince you, because I still think that you would benefit a lot from the game, because like it's really like nothing that I've ever seen before. It's nothing like the internet has ever seen before, right? And like the way that Undertale expanded, it's like it's an infinite universe, because for every Undertale has a different dimension. It's like Rick and Morty. There's a dimension where everybody's bad. There's a dimension where everybody switches personalities. It's infinite. It's a infinite like black hole of content, Undertale. That's why I think it's like so unique. But um so I guess you guys haven't talked, since you guys haven't really been into Undertale. But seriously, dude, Rex, you have to play Undertale. It's very, very good. Like I don't know, I'll play with you or something. You just have to play Undertale. I'll
See the
I'll teleport to your home and be like, okay, I control like the movement. You control the mouse or some shit. I don't
oh
know.
god. It's like those Twitch plays where it's just absolute cancer fest.
Yeah.
Those are
I
funny
think
though.
I think, to be honest, I think one reason though I've kind of subconsciously been avoiding Undertale is Okay, so I'm gonna be real. One thing that I do with just any game, whether I like it or hate it, it doesn't matter to me. I will make fun of it to a point where I'm just ripping into everything. Like I'll be making fun of it up and down, no matter if I like it or not. I'm still like, oh, if I rip in too much of the Undertale, this is gonna go real bad, real quick.
I mean, maybe if you had played Undertale in 2015, but I feel like the fan base has mellowed down a lot since then, right?
I
At least I
I
hope
hope
so.
so.
Yeah, no, because like I also like make fun of everything, right? Like even the shit I like. For example, I'm constantly making fun of My Hero Academia. I'm constantly making fun of Deku being a little bitch, even though I low-key do like My Hero Academia. Like me and Proxima were watching like the movie the other day, and we were the second movie that came out. It's like this is nothing but fight scenes. Deku, can you stop crying? And it's like stop being a bitch and like stop.
Pull your shit together for 2 seconds.
Exactly. But yeah, so I did that as well. Lux
Ugh,
Bloom says force him to play, so I'm guessing
I like.
either. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to force you to play later, dude. It's just
Oh god.
immaculate game, immaculate. All right, so what are some of your favorite games that you want to talk about as an art form, like for the beauty of its design, for the beauty of its graphics or the storytelling, that kind of stuff, or just a game that you appreciate in general for like some more unique reason.
Okay, so there is a long list I can go through with this, but some of these choices are going to sound really weird, and I feel like I'm going to have to explain myself on them.
All right, all right.
Uh,
Go ahead, give us one.
okay, the first one is okay. One of the ones I appreciate for what it did was honestly Five Nights. Not the current crap because that's just awful. I'm talking like the original Five Nights at Freddy's,
Oh,
like one, two,
interesting.
and three, the original trilogy. Okay. It sounds weird. I know, like he Five Nights at Freddy's fan base, but I'm gonna be honest. That game to me had one of the biggest impacts on its genre I think has ever been seen within the horror genre.
You think?
Yeah, because so kind of going into it, I found the gaming scene since I was like 5,
Okay.
and horror games were always a draw to me. Like the old Silent Hill games, Resident Evil, that sort of thing. Like they were all something that I really gravitated towards, just because I sound like a masochist saying this, but I love being scared. It is just such a fun experience to play a horror game and have that feeling.
Oh,
I don't know what
damn.
it is. I sound like a masochist saying that, but um, it's just a fun thing. But before Five Nights at Freddy's happened, horror games were kind of dying. Like everyone was just like, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, it's like poison, it's game poison, but it was on a decline. Like there wasn't really another Amnesia, because let's be honest, Amnesia was one of like the biggest horror games of all time for a while. There wasn't really another one like it. Like the mainstream horror games either focused too much on jump scares, which ironic given the fact of freaking Five Nights at Freddy's, but it all became like overly cliched of basically trying to be like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, or Amnesia. Everyone's just trying to rip them off. So
Uh huh.
there wasn't any horror anymore. Like it was all like, it's literally like I can't even count how many times like I played a horror game back in the day where I was just like, this is just Silent Hill with another coat of paint.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Uh, yeah, Five Nights for me was kind of where it got revitalized as a genre,
Mm-hmm.
simply because of the fact that horror was on the decline. Like no one really cared. Like SCP Containment Breach is a good example of that. Like SCP Containment Breach came out, it was popular for like a few months, and then disappeared, and which recently got a resurgence, thank God. But uh, for me, Five Nights first off was like a unique thing. It was made by one dude who turned a failure of a game
Mm-hmm.
into one of the biggest success stories in gaming history somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he made it a totally unique idea of, instead of, oh, you're walking around this thing with a monster constantly chasing you, you're stuck in a building, you cannot fight back, you cannot move, you're just at the mercy of the game at this point.
Yeah.
it was a unique idea at the time, which obviously not anymore, given the fact that everyone's trying to be. It's basically what happened with Amnesia. Everyone's trying to be Five Nights at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the simplicity of the game and the unique idea, because it tapped into something I don't think a lot of games did for a while, which was the uncanny valley, especially with animatronics.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be honest, the Chuck E. Cheese mascots are freaking terrifying. Like they
Oh
are
yeah.
creepy as hell,
Oh yeah,
especially the
absolutely.
old like '80s ones. They are
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
Do you know
So
what the Chuck E. Cheese mascots look like,
Actually,
Praxen?
not. No.
We're actually we live in Germany right now. Actually, he is Praxen's
Yeah,
from
I'm
Germany.
German.
Yeah, I'm Brazilian, but like I've always been into American culture, so I know what the Chuck E. Cheese looks like.
they
You wanna Google that real quick, like just to show, like to prove a point. I feel like the Chuck E. Cheese like animatronics looked even more scary than the FNAF animatronics. To be perfectly honest with you, yeah, that
I
yeah
mean, I can see that being very creepy.
yeah. I
like
mean,
hold on. I found the perfect picture. Hold on, I'm gonna post this in the chat here. Hold on,
all
just so you
right.
can just look at that.
Oh
Look at that.
no! Oh no! All right,
That
Prax.
is terrifying.
Oh no!
Um,
You wanna
but
put
to me
that
that.
for the chat,
Oh
Praxen?
yeah, yeah. I'll post it I'll
No,
post it
no,
here as
no,
well.
no,
But
no. I'm asking you, Praxen, to put it like for.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, I agree with you that I don't know. I think the thing that drew me to FNAF wasn't so much the gameplay. It was more of the fact that FNAF. It was the theorizing, like it was like the theory capabilities of FNAF, right? It was like
yeah.
it was enough content for you to theorize on, and that's why I liked it so much. There was just so much to theorize in FNAF. Um, and so that's what I think I found the most interesting. That's what it was like the one thing that drew me into the theory community. Like I think I was already like really deep into the theory community back then, so that drove me even deeper. Like I was obsessed with theories. I was obsessed with lore and finding out the secret stories of things like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's another thing why I appreciated Five Nights. Like, obviously, it's well overrun its course. Like, I'm one of those people that says after the third game they should have just stopped because that kind of wrapped everything up
mhm,
perfectly fine to
mhm,
me. But one thing I do appreciate at least the original run for was the fact of just the way it told its story. Because again, this is another thing that actually changed a lot of horror games. Like there were some games that did this where the environment tells the story and you have to put the pieces together.
mhm.
Some games did do that, but most of them were like these kind of one-offs. Like what is it? I can't remember off the top of my head. There were a few for like game jams and stuff that were made like that, but for the most part, horror games were very linear in storytelling. It was always like this happens and this happens and this happens and then the end.
Mhm.
Like it's very cut and dry. There's really nothing to really talk about in regards to like there's like he symbolism. Like this could mean something, but other than that, it was very cut and dry as to what things meant and what they didn't.
Mhm.
Five Nights kind of changed that for horror, where the environment is what tells the story. Like because if you play five, like especially the original game, like if you went through without any knowledge of anything going on, you'd probably be able to just go A to B done.
Mhm. Yeah.
But looking around, you start getting like hints, like okay, something else is going on. Like there's more to it than just animatronics trying to freaking murder you for no apparent reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Like when Golden Freddy suddenly appears for the first time, right? If you
God, that
actually,
scared the crap out of me.
yeah, when you actually manage to trigger him, stuff like that, definitely. What do you
Yeah,
think, Proxon, about Five Nights at Freddy's? What are your opinions on the game?
I never played it.
Yeah,
I hate scary games. I hate
yeah,
everything that scares me.
that's fair.
yeah. Like,
But I've seen like streams of it, and
so you were able to watch the streams?
yeah, because I like watching people getting scared, but I don't like me being scared.
Ah,
And
I
sometimes
see.
if I watch a stream and it's like I don't know, like sometimes I get even scared like watching the
Mm-hmm.
stream. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that
but
definitely happened to me. Like I would watch like I don't know. I would watch yeah FNAF, and sometimes I would go ah! You know when the animatronics like jumped on you, like if it was genuinely a surprise, right?
Yeah.
In Palma says, I grew up with puzzle games, specifically the Layton series, which has been described as brain jogging with a plot, and I love those games so much. They have beautiful art, quirky characters, and music is so good, and the unwound, unwound future is to this day the game that has made me cry the most. I finished it for the first time when I was 7 or 8, and the ending destroyed me. Ah, that's
Oof.
interesting. Um, Layton series. Do you guys know anything about that series?
Nope,
Nope.
never heard of it.
I see. So Praxan, what about you? What's like one game that's like that you would like to discuss today that you think it's like beautiful visually, or it's storytelling wise, or like you look at it, it's like this is
Mm,
art. This is
yeah, like the one game that pops in my mind, like this is art, is Ori and the Blind Forest.
oh yeah, definitely.
Like the first time I saw like the trailer for it, I was like, holy shit! Like it looks so good. Like the art is gorgeous. Um, it looks it's like a platformer. It's like a 2D platformer, and like Mario basically, but more complicated and much nicer. And it you have like a lot of 2D elements that got animated like really nice, and it fits in with the 3D object, and I don't know, it's like just beautiful, and the soundtrack and the story is so sad, it's heartbreaking, and I don't know, like it's an experience. I haven't played the second game yet, but I bought it.
You bought it, right? Yeah, I actually told him that it was on sale, so he got a chance to buy it. But yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest is definitely a very beautiful game. I haven't played it myself, but I do think it's like I just looking at the art and considering it's a 2D platformer, I think it would be a game that I would enjoy. Have you played this game or heard about this game, Rex?
No. The name sounds a little bit familiar, but I don't really know about this at all.
Mm, you can Google it real quick if you Proxen is putting like the image of the game right now. But
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're looking at the stream.
Yeah, I have it open.
Yeah, okay. But what are some like really aesthetically pleasing games that you like that you really like that are like chill or they could be chill but they just look very very pretty.
Uh, okay. In terms of just chill aesthetic, probably Sea of Thieves. That's a really gorgeous game.
Oh yes.
Um, one game that I actually did write down a few games for just to talk about. Not so much chill, but just very aesthetically well done. And this is another game I'm gonna have to explain a little bit.
Mhm.
Uh, so this was a game I played back when it first came out when I was a kid, and I actually ended up buying it again just because I lost. I think I lost or sold my old copy, so I had to buy a new one.
Mhm.
Uh, Freaking, this could sound weird, but Sonic Unleashed I think is one of the best looking games I've ever seen.
Sarah Unleashed?
Sonic Unleashed.
Oh, Sonic Unleashed. Damn.
Yeah, that okay. That there sounds really weird, and I had to explain this.
All
So
right.
I don't know
So,
if you two have played, but I'm just gonna post an image in here real quick. This is an image from the opening cutscene,
mhm.
which if you haven't seen it, I'd say watch it. It's really beautiful. Uh,
It looks like Goku Sonic.
um, so this game came out for the 360. This was off the heels of '06, which is the most infamous game. This game was basically made as like an apology for like, yeah, we know we screwed up. Here, have an actual good game.
Uh-huh. So
I
this is a
showed this
good
to
Sonic
someone.
game.
Oh, it's a fantastic game. Like the controls are good. It introduces a whole new mechanic, which I love.
Mhm.
It's just the whole game was fun start to finish. But So a couple of people I know have no idea about this game. They only knew it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent them the opening, which is about, I want to say 5-10 minutes long for an opening cutscene.
Uh-huh.
And I sent them the opening, and I asked them, okay, do you think this is from a recent game or one that's over 10 years old at this point?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone said this has to be on like the PS4. And I said, no, this is from the 360 era.
Damn. That's
Like
crazy.
this was halfway through the 360's life, which didn't really do the game much favors because it's aesthetically beautiful, but oh my god, does it chug sometimes?
Damn.
Like they tried to make like hyper realistic water and plant life and all that stuff, which looked good,
Mm-hmm.
but you hear your fan going from your Xbox, it's saying you're like, kill me! For the love of God, stop playing! I ran through a level. So one of the levels, so it's a world. It's the game takes place over an entire like global span. So there's different themes for worlds. Like you have one that's themed off of the U.S., world that's themed off of like Brazil and all that stuff. A
Oh,
theme
that's
based
cool.
off the Caribbean. Yeah. So everything's themed based on regions. Oh my god, the ocean level, like the beach level, chugs so bad, and I hate the fact I have to say it because it's one of the best looking regions in the game, but oh my god, does it chug?
Would it be like something similar that happened to Cyberpunk 2077? Like the game was too advanced for the consoles?
No. It was not optimized. Like
Not-
not. It
Yeah,
was like they didn't produce it for the
yeah. The problem with
for the current
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
consoles. Basically, they made it for better
yeah,
like for PCs or PS5 or something like that, right?
But didn't
yeah.
they remove it from the PS5 or was it the PS4?
PS4.
I think PS4.
Ah.
Yeah,
And like there were also like Xbox like themed with Cyberpunk, right? But they wouldn't even run it. But
yeah.
besides all of that, like it's really buggy, and I think it's not optimized. I mean, the game should have
Yeah.
released later. They should have worked on it a bit more, but I'm guessing that the publisher pushed it. Like they have to bring it out, right?
Yeah, like because of
Yeah.
public pressure as well. Like because everybody's like, oh no, I got postponed. Are you gonna postpone it again? Give
Yeah,
us our
with
game.
Yeah,
And then
but like I
uh,
think it wasn't them. Like
Mm.
they would love to do that, but I feel like the people like doing the marketing or like in charge or like the stock market, or I don't know,
uh-huh.
they do like the deadlines, right? They want the game out. They want the money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
it's with Unleashed, it's kind of in a similar boat as Cyberpunk, but for a different reason. It wasn't a rushed game, but it was the fact of so what they did with this was they implemented a new engine, which is still probably the best engine they ever produced for a game with their company. It was a new engine, and they really overdid it with like the models and stuff like that. Like here's just an example of how over the top they went with this freaking game. So you know the movie Wreck-It Ralph, right? Like I'm pretty sure everyone knows that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, the model they used for Sonic, when they were making the movie, they had the companies that own the characters send them over their assets for the movie, so they could work on it with those assets to be 1-to-1 with the games they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, Sega sent them the one they used in Sonic Unleashed, which Disney had to actually tone down and actually make less quality just so
Wow.
that way they could render the freaking thing. So that screenshot that's on screen has more detail than a freaking Disney model.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, they wanted to make an apology for the crap games, like because this was not Tales again of '06 and Shadow, which were
Mm-hmm.
notoriously bad. And I think they kind of overdid it, and that's actually something that I wish they would do because the game, like I said, it looks amazing, but it wasn't made with the hardware it was on in mind. It was kind of an afterthought, of like, oh crap, we're on a 360 and a PlayStation 3, we are screwed.
Yeah, so basically
Like,
they made it for the future.
Yeah, if they made it for like if they ported it over to like the modern stuff or like even just PC, I think it would be a lot better just because it could handle that graphic output.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, I think it's one of the best looking games, especially since people think like whenever I show them this game, like the opening cutscene, they always say the same thing of, "Is this from like the PlayStation 4 or something?" And I have to explain, no, this came out like 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe it was produced for the KFC console.
Can we talk about that
It
KFC
makes the
console,
fan
dude?
Yeah,
it makes your console overheat so much it just cooks the chicken.
Exactly. Dude, can we talk about that damn console, dude? I cannot believe
that
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 fucking
console
KFC of all things is trying to compete with console
Yeah,
companies.
but the
Like,
funny thing
that
is, like,
console is
they're
the greatest
shitting.
thing of all
It's
time. What
shitting
do
on the
you mean?
PS5, is shitting on the Xbox. The tech is so good in there.
dude,
Alright, boys, what you playing? The modem, the fridge, or the fryer?
oh my god.
What you playing?
Dude, no, it's crazy.
Like,
Like,
remember? Like,
I,
does anyone remember the fact that like it used to be Xbox, PlayStation versus Nintendo? No, now
No.
it's fridge, modem, and the freaking deep fryer
Jesus
and the
Christ.
toaster.
Jesus Christ. Imagine you're playing your games and you're making toast at the same time.
Yeah,
dude.
Palma, they're doing like KFC is producing like with a partner in Taiwan. It's a company there. I forgot the name. I think Cooler Master or something like that. They're producing like a new console, and it has like a built-in fridge. No, not
Because
fridge,
money,
like a
fam.
fryer.
It has a
Basically.
built-in fridge.
No, it's not a fridge, a fryer. And yeah, you can like keep your chicken wings and shit. You can keep it warm.
Because money. Like, KFC's always been tackling to
You
do
know-
all kinds of, like, different shit.
And you need to snack when you game. So
Exactly.
It's perfect.
Gotta
You know-
snack.
Okay, you know how Pokemon Go came like out at a time where like people were like, we need to fight obesity. We're now at a point in time where KFC's like, screw obesity. Here's the Fat Machine 5000. You never have to leave again. Like,
Yeah, that's funny.
God, could you imagine explaining like so? I think everyone at some point has watched a video of like the history of like gaming consoles for a company like Sega, Nintendo, Microsoft, all that stuff, and like they cover like the evolution of a console from its start to like where we are now. Could you imagine going back to like the PlayStation 1 era and like explain to someone like, okay, here's what my console's gonna be. You're gonna have one that looks like a toaster, one that looks like a fridge, one that looks like an internet modem, and one that no shit is a deep fryer. Imagine explaining it. They would look at you like you're a psycho. Like,
Exactly.
you would never be able to explain gaming in 2020 to someone from like the 90s. It would be impossible.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
at some point it will be like a multi-purpose tool. Like, I don't know. Maybe it will combine everything, like the fryer, the fridge.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what else. A hairdryer.
A
No.
toaster.
Hey guys, we got a new gaming system. It's just a literal like Chevy.
Jesus.
It's just a fucking flatbed with an Xbox in it.
Do you think that the KFC console would be better than the PC?
Um,
Oh
I
God,
think
no.
I mean, it depends on your PC, but what what they're planning to put inside is like really good already, right?
Mhm.
So, but
I
PC
I-
always has a foot
Ahead.
ahead because there's always new stuff coming up, and you can always gear up a PC.
Yeah, that's true.
dude, if Fry Guy manages to beat the PC, I will gladly join the KFC master race.
Jesus.
KFC Master Race.
The
I will dude, if somehow the KFC machine somehow turns out to be better than like the highest end consoles, I will buy that and do a stream dressed as Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders is gonna be our new Lord and Savior, dude.
Wait, he isn't already?
Yeah, that's my point, dude. Like, like I don't know. I think it's so funny that like I don't know. McDonald's used to be the OG fast food joint, and then Wendy's showed up being the cool boy, and then now it's like KFC trying to dip its foot into everything. Did you know there's like a novella going on with KFC, dude, with the Colonel Sanders? There's like fucking, I don't know, I think it's like 20-minute novella short film on Netflix where, I don't know, Colonel Sanders is like the love interest, dude. I'm not even joking. It's a real fucking thing.
There's a goddamn dating simulator for the Colonel.
Yeah, there's also the dating simulator for the Colonel, dude, and it's
really
free.
difficult, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very difficult, dude, for you to win the Colonel's hearts, dude. You have to make a deal with the devil, dude. It's super.
Can we just all agree if we're gonna say gaming is an art form, that has to be the prime example. There is nothing that will top KFC dating simulator.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, we peaked as a species. That is the single greatest creation.
Definitely. No, like, look, I'll be honest. I would fuck Colonel Sanders anime version. I would. I would. He's just so dreamy, though. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
So
Proxen, but it's true.
It's true.
Oh,
You,
actually,
you would too.
I mean, he's very handsome.
the dating sim comment actually reminded me of something. Does anyone remember Doki Doki Literature Club? Anyone remember that game?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
have it written down. Yeah.
First of all, that is one of the best games of all time. I'm
Definitely.
putting that right there. That's one of the greatest games. That messed with me for a few days, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna put this out there. So I have a story with that game, like kind of a funny story. So I did not hear about this game at all because I really don't care for the dating sim stuff. I could care less, to be honest, about that genre. So I never paid attention to it. There was a game, so this is kind of like a predecessor to the story. A couple years back, like during like when I was in high school, my friend, I stream with him a lot, is GJ. Me and GJ were playing this. He showed me this visual novel game that he downloaded a long time ago, and we were literally making fun because it's one of those old ones where like the art is really bad, and it's just like the backgrounds are just PNGs from Google, and like the drawings are super half-assed. And he showed that to me, and we just had fun making fun of it. About 8 or 9 months after that, Doki Doki comes out, and I get a message from him, and he goes, "Okay, you're gonna be mad at me, but hear me out." And I go, "What?" He goes, "I found another visual novel game. You're not gonna want to play it, but I need you to stick it out until the end." And I went, "Okay." And then he showed me the opening title screen. Proceeds to leave call.
Jesus Christ.
So after that, he talked me into playing it with him. I'm like, all right, fine, we'll go through it. And I was not ready.
Did you at least record your live reaction, dude?
No, like this is before I really started getting into content creation. I'm so mad I didn't record it just because of the fact of I made so many badly timed jokes.
Damn.
Like because GJ was he was hinting that there was something off about the game, and so I was sitting there, and Sayori, the really happy-go-lucky one. As a joke, I said, "What is this one? Hang herself or something?" He starts laughing at me like, "Oh, you're gonna hate yourself for making that comment later."
Oh my god!
I was like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Don't worry about it. Just keep going." I'm like, because I'm there just making these jokes left and right, like, or just like saying like, "Let me guess, this one has depression," and he's just sitting there like, "Just keep playing, just keep playing." And I asked him about because we got to the end, like the first ending, because there's the whole thing we got to play through it like what 3 times. We get to the end of the first go around, and he explained to me like, "Yeah, no, I played through this start to finish, and when I did it, I did not expect any of this. The fact that you were making those jokes is I went into this not even knowing this game existed." He goes, "The fact you were making those jokes made it so hard for me to keep it together while we were playing, just because I didn't want to tell you anything, but I couldn't stop laughing."
Oh my god.
I felt so bad at the end when like the whole depression thing hits. I felt so bad. Like, oh my god, I have been saying she's gonna off herself as a joke, and that might actually happen.
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't
Like,
call it a joke. It's more like a dark twist because that's the whole point of the game. You expect this whole ooh woo woo story, and then it's like boom, fucked up psychological horror game. That's why I love it so much. It's fucking
I want
amazing.
I want the guy who made that to make another game because Doki Doki was probably like
Yeah, but isn't the
one of
rumor
the
that they are producing a game and Doki Doki was just to introduce to that
Exactly.
new horror game?
Yeah, exactly. The guy is actually making a game. Supposedly
Like a
it's in the
full-fledged
works.
game, right?
Yeah, and it's like a horror game. It's like it has something to do with the story that Yuri was reading. But yeah, they're definitely making a game. We don't know any news about it. We don't know when it's going to be completed, but definitely I cannot wait until it's done. I cannot wait until I play that game because
there are
I really want to play that game so bad, dude.
yeah, I really hope that for this game they're making, I hope to return back to the Doki Doki formula, just because it is such a well done idea. Like there is definitely stuff that could be improved on it, like in
Yeah.
terms of the formula, but it's such a unique idea of like I don't think like I think every horror game up to Doki Doki was literally just marketing stuff as a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
Doki Doki didn't do that. If you went in like blind like I did, it's just another stupid dating sim game. It's not like this deep psychological torment of a game of the what the hell did I just witness variety? Like I don't know. It's a very interesting idea and I love it for it.
Yeah.
I also loved how it like changed its game files. Like
Yeah.
that was like super creepy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The
Like to
game literally changes itself as you go, which
Yeah.
is terrifying.
yeah, to think that you actually have to delete Monica from the game for you to win. Otherwise, you're stuck in limbo forever. It's like crazy, dude. Like to think that you have to figure that out. It's like, what the fuck do I do, dude? What the fuck?
See, some people find that scary. Other people get really attracted to that, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
No, I'm attracted to that. Like, I think it's fascinating. It's so
Oh no,
unique.
not in that regard. I mean like they're in the Monica, and I'm just like, you guys are gonna get stabbed in the alleyway. I can guarantee it.
Monica.
Just Monica. Yeah,
Yeah, everyone,
exactly.
like so many people I know are like, I would 100% date Monica if she was a real person. I'm saying like, you are the type of person to get stabbed in the alleyway by a hot chick. Like you're
Yeah.
that type of person.
Yeah, definitely. No, because like people that are
Ugh.
into Monica are into Yanderes, basically, right? They're into that, like.
Yeah, it seems like that does coincide with each other, and it's a little funny.
Yeah, I mean, like Yuki is also because the favorite character of the game is Yuki, right? So if your second favorite character is Monica, then you are into Yanderes. I don't remember if her name is Yuki or Yuri. It's like one of those.
Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri. No, but yeah,
Yeah.
like Yuri is like she's also a yandere, right? She cuts herself. She gets turned on by cutting herself. She pisses and bleeds on her
That
fucking
scene-
poetry when she goes
that-
berserk. She's like, "Did you like it?"
The stabbing scene scared the shit out of me when I first played that. That honestly terrified me because I was like, and this is when everything goes to shit.
Yeah. You know what's sad? Like I think everybody's least favorite player is Natsuki, but she's my favorite character. I like that little shrimp lolly, dude. She's adorable, but nobody likes her. I don't know why.
I mean, I
Yeah.
like her. She's probably like out of the three, my third favorite character in the whole game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
she's not
your
my number
third
one, but
she's your third favorite character. Yeah, that's
no, she's
true.
my second. Actually, wait, no, scratch. She's my second.
Who's your
Yuri's third.
who's your first?
Sayori. I freaking love that girl.
Oh yeah, Sarah's baby, dude. I feel so bad for her. No, like
Sayori is too pure, and the internet should be disgusted at what they did.
no, like I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. I kept staring at Sayori's like being hanged because like I had a period of my life where I was obsessed with the idea of suicide, right? And I don't know, there was like I know this sounds fucked up and I'm putting it on the internet, but mental health, it happens. Like Tom Scott's very famous for it, but like I don't know, something about looking at Sayori hanging calmed me down. Not because I was happy that she was dead, obviously not. I felt bad for her, but I guess I put myself in her shoes. And I know that sounds fucking weird, but like I don't know. I don't know. How do I explain this? Have you ever played Corpse Party? Like the game Corpse Party. It's also
uh,
an anime game that is like revolving around like character gore and dying. I don't know. I guess I really like looking at characters in like anime-ish characters like death and gore. I don't know why, dude. I like looking at it. Like I still feel bad for the characters, but I feel oddly satisfied looking at anime gore. You're not looking at me, dude. Do you think I'm weird? Dude, don't judge me.
run while you can, my guy.
I know I'm weird, but I don't know. But yeah, overall, that aside, I feel bad for Sayori, dude. I really do. And I cannot wait until this dude makes another game, like a real horror game. I really look
Yeah.
forward to that. But moving on, you said you liked Sea of Thieves, correct?
Oh yeah, no, I love that game.
So
I
you
have my
wanna.
problems. I have my problems with it, but
So,
We all
overall,
have the problems with that game.
alright
yeah.
then.
uh,
So
yeah.
overall, Sea of Thieves, I think, is a good game. Like it's generally fun, but like part of the fun I feel like is from the people you play with. Like it's one of those
Yeah,
games where
definitely.
you, yeah, you can do it by yourself, but that takes out like 90% of what makes it fun.
Mm.
And it's one of those games where it kind of relies on the human interaction part of it to make it fun. It's like the best way to describe it, like a game in a complete different genre, but kind of is the same way as VR chat. It
Yeah.
relies on the human interaction to make it fun. Like you can do it yourself, but it kind of takes away like over half the game.
Yeah. But I feel like
Uh,
that the game, or the biggest problem the game had, was like that Microsoft pushed Rare to release it right before the game is even ready. Like the content at the beginning was like nothing. It felt
yeah,
so empty.
I
And
still, I still think the game is so aesthetically the game is gorgeous. I love the art
yeah,
style. The graphics are just stunningly beautiful. Like the ocean
yeah,
graphics
the
are,
water, right? It's like
Mhm.
yeah, like the
stunning.
ocean, the environments, they're just so beautiful to look at.
I mean, I don't play
But
the game, but like every time Proxon is playing the game, because he's playing that a lot lately. So every time I'm like walking by or I just look to the left, I'm like, damn, that's some nice water. That looks pretty. I want to dip my toes into that water, dude.
for me, the biggest problem though to this day is the game feels too empty to me. Like
Yeah.
the ocean is beautiful, but it's very empty and barren. Like, yeah,
I
there's,
mean,
sharks, there's megs,
mm,
there's fish, but that's kind of it. There's nothing else really to
I
explore in
mean,
the ocean.
yeah, but like that's the thing, right? The ocean is supposed to be big and empty, right? You're like driving on your boat there, and sometimes it is good that you don't come over other players, right? It's like because you don't want to PvP, you
Oh
want
no,
to.
what I mean by empty is like, for example, there aren't so to kind of explain is for stars there isn't very much in terms of the underwater environments that would set anything apart. Everything like shorelines and stuff all feel very much the same instead of having uniqueness to them. Like
Mm,
maybe Like
Yeah.
this is just from my point of view of like I would like it if like some islands maybe had reefs, like if some islands had maybe specific sea creatures that live in them, like maybe add in like a couple of other like
Yeah, it's
passive
like
AIs that just
yeah,
kind of wander around every once in a while, like stuff like that, like that would make the game feel more alive, as
yeah,
well
yeah.
as enemies are kind. I'm gonna be honest. They've been really trying to fix this, but to me, the enemy roster is just too barren for my liking.
Yeah, there's not much variety.
Yeah, like it's what the Meg, the Kraken, ghost shifts, and skeletons, and that's it. Like I would have
Yeah,
loved more of, because
that's
there are
about it.
so many things in terms of piracy that you can do for enemies. Like I would love it to where like I pitched this idea a few times, like on my streams whenever I stream Sea of Thieves. Is one idea I had is maybe add in maybe AI pirates, like because they mentioned the fact of like pirate legends.
Yeah,
Why not add those as AI enemies? Like maybe have some iconic pirates that everyone knows. Like maybe have Blackbeard. Like there's a chance of running into him like during a mission, or I don't know, just something more. Because yeah, you could make the argument, well, players fill that in, but the thing is that at least in my experience, you could go an entire 8-9 hour session in Sea of Thieves
yeah, without.
and never see
Mm.
anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
The
I
bell
mean,
is the
Uh,
best part of the game. Prove me wrong. So what is this bell
no more
thing?
bell,
ding ding ding
no.
ding ding ding.
Yeah, so we found out if you ring the bell rapidly, it increases the chances of a boss spawns like a Mega or a Kraken.
Damn.
And I have been so anal about don't ring the bell. This motherfucker in chat, every time we're sailing, it's quiet, no one's really talking, and then I just hear on top of the ship, ding 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 ding. I'm like, who the fuck? And I see him jump off. It's like, oh, you motherfucker. But
Yeah, dude,
like,
like recently it happened to me that like I was playing with my brother, right, and we did um like the new, I don't know what it's called, like to get a sail under this flag, right, for the gold hoarders.
Marcel or Manu?
yeah,
Myself.
Okay.
And yeah, so basically we did like a lot. We had a shit ton of treasure on our ship, and then there was like this skeleton ship, like the big one, right? And we were like, oh
Mhm.
shit, okay, maybe we can handle it. And then yeah, a kraken spawned, and then a meg spawned, and then we died.
Oh my god.
It's like, what the fuck, game? Why?
okay. I feel like, okay, this is gonna be a story that I can go grab a video for as well, but I feel like me and my friends are the worst people in Sea of Thieves.
Why?
So, because we like to screw with people a lot.
Same. Like I'm, like we're the kind of pirates. Like we mic spam Pirates of the Caribbean music, and I don't know, just battle people.
Da, da,
Yeah,
da, da,
so-
da, 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 da.
Here's so two stories I have regarding Sea of Thieves, which are just actually three. There's three stories I have that are so funny. One was we were coming into dock to drop off our stuff. We were in a galleon. It was me and three of my friends, and we were pulling up to the dock, and someone spawned in, and they were in like a stock sloop, and they weren't really doing anything with it. So it was probably just some new dude.
Mm.
And I still feel bad about this, but it was so worth it. I mentioned the fact of I kind of want to, and this is the actual thing I mentioned was I kind of want to put up their anchor, put down their sail, and just let their boat float away. Just see what happened.
Oh no.
While me and while I was unloading the ship, my friend Ogre, I can actually get that video later. He was on the ship still recording all of this. And my two other friends, GJ and Crucy, go basically in their heads and go, I bet. So they go over to this dude's boat, throw it off, and turn it to where it's going into the deep ocean. And Crucy, I think, jumped off immediately. GJ was still going. And then a Kraken spawned on the dude's boat. GJ jumps off, and just we let the Kraken take it. And then we just see the dude in the water staring at his boat getting taken down by a kraken, and then someone shot him and killed him.
Jesus Christ.
We were the worst people, and the worst thing is we did it again, but slightly worse.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
person's
God.
probably that's a
So
refund.
So Cruci is one of the best freaking navigators I've ever met in that game. Like to a point where there was a point where we were getting chased by another pirate crew,
Mm-hmm.
and our plan is we had a rowboat. Our plan was Cruci was gonna load up the rowboat, take it off, and go hide behind some random ass rocks in the middle of nowhere, and hide all the stuff there. And I was going to use the ship as a deterrent to basically keep them following me instead because they didn't notice the lifeboat drop off. So after that, obviously ship sinks. He manages, without looking at the freaking map, all I tell him is the name of the island I'm at, and he navigates me from one side to this random rock in the middle of nowhere to find him. And we got that done in like 40 minutes.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, that's how good his navigation skills, and that kind of is what the second story is. So we were playing Sea of Thieves. It was me, Lux, the person in chat, GJ, and Cruci again. And what happened is he, I think it was we were getting chased or something, and we basically had to go, like, because otherwise we basically get sunk. We just had to go. So Cruci, we tell him we'll swing back around again. He goes, no, 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 no. I'm gonna take a rowboat after you guys and meet up with you later. Okay. The man comes back with another person's sloop. And we just pulls up alongside and goes, hey guys. And we're just like, screw it, we have another boat.
No, but I must say, I hate the fucking rowboat. I hate steering it.
Oh
It's
my
so
god, the
difficult,
rowboat.
I feel like.
The rowboat is garbage, but I will admit it has saved my life
Sometimes
several times in Sea of Thieves.
Exactly. No, but I feel like Sea of Thieves would profit like if there would be like an area, because like I think the server is always limited to, I think, 4 crews or something like that. And
It's limited to, there is a set number of people that can be in. I don't remember that number.
yeah,
But it's the reason why, like, in every server there seems to be like a set amount of ship types, like how there's only like 2 or 3 galleons at a time.
yeah, exactly. No, but I feel like if there would be like a port, like a big place where you could drive to, right, and meet other players, like, I don't know, like a city, like a pirate city or something like that. And if you go there, you would transfer to a different server, and like, I don't know, but that would be great.
Yeah, that was something I brought up a long time ago. Was I kind of wish, like, again, to add variety to locations instead of just the same places over and over again.
Yeah.
What I kind of want them to do is make the map bigger to increase player count, and then maybe have like a central, like a legitimate central hub to per se. With, like, I mentioned this before, like one thing that I wish they would do is add more like kind of actual piracy type of stuff to the game. Like one thing was make a hub that's basically just Tortuga, which was a real place, which is basically like pirate capital of the world, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm in that camp of like they need to increase the map size, increase the player count, and do a bit more with enemies.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
unless you're with, like, I've tried playing Sea of Thieves by myself, like just solo, and it just feels empty by yourself.
So
like there's
boring.
nothing to do.
I mean, there's always something to do, but you're like not motivated. It's like, well,
like there's nothing unique to really experience unless, because at the end of the day, it's the people you're with is what make the experience, not necessarily the game. Which is a good thing. Like it should, because it's multiplayer, it should encourage that mentality of it's better with others, but not at the cost of making things feel like barren or repetitive, if that makes sense.
You can always experience the random shitfest, join a random crew.
That's true.
but then you join like a party of 3 on a galleon, and then you get locked up or something like that because you're the random.
Dude.
Or you or you just wind up with like a bunch of like 12-year-olds or something that's like, oh, this is
Yeah,
just
but it's
great.
funny, I guess. Like it's random.
Yeah. So, moving on. You mentioned Minecraft real quick, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually not a Minecraft person. I don't like Minecraft, but both of you like
I mean,
Minecraft.
I used
Yeah.
to play it a lot back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know which patch this it was. But like at some point they changed like a lot. They made a big
Uh,
update, and then I stopped playing. I don't know where it was.
The thing
I think you're
about
talking.
I think that the thing about Minecraft that I don't like, because back in the day when Minecraft was first introduced, I was like, why the fuck do people like this game? It's pixelated. It's literally a bunch of blocks.
yeah.
It's ugly. It's
So is
ugly.
Undertale.
How
See,
dare you? No, Undertale is not ugly. It's pixelated art, but it's pretty. I guess Minecraft, like, I don't know, like, I'm okay with pixel 8-bit art, but I'm not okay when it's, like, in 3D form, which is
see,
Minecraft, right? I think, like, I used to think that Minecraft was ugly. I still think Minecraft is ugly. I don't, I don't see any enjoyment from Minecraft. I don't have any
But it's
interest in
about
it. However, even though normally to me it doesn't look nice, I do appreciate Minecraft for one thing, and that is the fact that you can make some really amazing architecture in that game. Like, I have seen masterpieces that people have made in Minecraft, fucking sculptures, fucking images built with blocks, and
yeah.
I find that very, you have to have a lot of talent to be able to do that.
Not necessarily, because you can use a software that basically builds it in Minecraft.
Well,
You can feed that software with a picture, and then you open a
See,
server.
but then those are the. See, you do that and you have just tiny dick energy. You gotta put the fucking grit in the build shit.
Exactly.
yeah, no, because there are people that build like fucking
Yeah,
castles
but
and
they're like
shit, right?
people like, yeah, but they're also like, I don't know, like there's like videos of like building Lord of the Ring castles. I mean, I think there were servers that like actually build it in game, but there's also like the a way to build it like in a software. You're not playing Minecraft, you're just building it in the software, and then you transfer it into Minecraft, and then there it is. But what's the fun? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
boring.
Like,
Um.
I actually, I guess I'm not the biggest open world fan. It has to be specific for me, but for me to like it. But before I get into that, like, what's something that you love about Minecraft?
Uh. Okay, so Minecraft as a whole. So I've been playing Minecraft for a long time, like since I was like really, really young.
Okay.
Um. And first of all, I do have to agree with you. Old school Minecraft looked really bad. Like to me nowadays, it looks really good for its art style. It looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day when it was just like, the only biome was like a river, a tree, a plain, and a snow biome that was in a desert, and that was it. It looked really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely come into its own over the years, and I do think it looks way better than it used to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really a graphic person. Like, yeah, graphics, if they look good, then I'll appreciate it. But at the end of the day, to me, what matters more is how it plays and what it
It
is.
plays really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to me, Minecraft is just very enjoyable just because of the fact that, like, yeah, there is an objective, beat the Ender Dragon, beat the Wither, but you don't have to do that. It's basically just you make your own adventure sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can basically do whatever you want, and there's really no right or wrong way to play Minecraft. It's just go for it.
Yeah,
I,
and it's also like
Um,
the experience playing it with people you know, right?
mm-hmm.
It's also
yeah,
fun.
I also appreciated it. Like, they kind of dumbed it down a little bit, which does kind of hit me the wrong way. But I guess new players need, like the newer generation of players kind of need more of the slow introduction to it because back in the day, so in terms of the recent stuff, they have it to where there is a crafting recipe menu. So if you don't know the crafting recipe, you can just click on it in there and it'll make it for you if you have the stuff. Back in the day, it never had that. You had to figure out everything by yourself or use the wiki. And I personally liked that approach more just because it reminded me of like old school games where there was no tutorial. There was just, you get thrown in and it's literally just, here's the game. Good fucking luck. Yeah, like Minecraft definitely isn't for everybody, but I do genuinely appreciate it because it took gameplay over graphic quality because it seems like a lot of games, at least in modern times, it's either it has to look good, but then they sacrifice gameplay, or it's the other way around. But Minecraft kind of went the opposite way. It's like, okay, we need to make it good, like it function and be good 1st, and then we'll focus on the art style later. And granted, the art style just became iconic for it, so it's stuck. But I do appreciate the fact that they chose to focus its gameplay more than the graphics. And I also appreciate for the fact of it did honestly start, like it's one of the like the founders of its genre, which is the open world survival game. It's definitely one of the founders of that genre.
Yeah, and if you compare it to other games like that went like with more realistic graphic, I feel like, and I don't
like
know,
at their core, they're very similar.
Yeah, but they don't play as good as Minecraft.
Like it's one of those rare examples I can personally say where, because a lot of people, like up until like fairly recently with survival games, a lot of people were trying to be Minecraft. Like Rust, for example, was very similar to Minecraft. 7 Days to Die as well. DayZ to an extent took, I guess, some merit from Minecraft, though that very quickly became its own thing after a while. But point being is a lot of people, because this was before like the Battle Royale show where everyone's trying to be like PUBG and Fortnite. God, freaking Fortnite. But
fuck Fortnite, dude.
Yeah, like I have to respect Minecraft for the fact of it basically revolutionized the idea of the survival game as well as how games can be played. Because before Minecraft, games were always the very linear, again, A to B. Like there were some choices like how you get to the end, like you can take different pathways, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it was just beat the level sort of deal. Minecraft took a gamble on its open world. You can literally do anything you want. Your only objective is don't freaking die. Everything else is up to you. And I personally really like that approach of it's up to the players to come up with what they want to do and their own fun. Because Minecraft is essentially the toolkit, and you have all the tools. You just have to find a way to make it work.
Yeah, but also it's kind of interesting that I mean I haven't played Minecraft in a long time, but I feel like remembering like playing Minecraft alone, and it's like the same with a empty world, right? Like in Minecraft, I never felt this empty world compared to Sea of Thieves. Like if you played that alone, or No Man's Sky at the beginning, it was like what the fuck? It's like it's so.
To that I can 100% agree on that. Minecraft never felt okay in single player, because I think that was one aspect I did enjoy about it is the isolation feel, where in single player you have to rely on your own like ideas and wits to be able to survive, especially in the harder difficulties. But it never feels empty. The world, like especially now because I played very, very recently. Even just vanilla Minecraft, like let's negate all the mods for a second. Let's negate like RL Craft and all that stuff where they add a bunch just to make the game feel more lively. Vanilla Minecraft on its own still feels very much alive. Like in single player or multiplayer, no matter what, the game feels alive. Like environments are just teeming with different types of mobs. There's different experience we had wherever you go. There's buildings, there's architectures everywhere, there's exploration. Hell, some of the like mining, for example, like going down like the like in dark dank caves. Like there are some times where I've gotten more scared mining in fucking Minecraft than I have in any horror game. Just especially at the beginning, because it's like you have nothing and you have to go in this dark dang hole to get shit. It's like, oh, this is gonna suck.
And then there was like the phase with fucking Hero Brian.
We don't need to talk about Hero Brian.
What's that? What's Hero? What's Hero Brian?
Hero Brian was the first. Okay, I can't. I know it was definitely one of the first. It was the first Minecraft urban legend. I don't know if it was if it was the first video game creepypastas. I think it was definitely one of them though.
Yeah.
It's at the very least the one that started the trend.
Like this was popular before Slenderman, for example.
No, I mean like a creepypasta based on a video game. Like, because Slender came into its own long before 8 Pages came out. Like Slenderman was its own thing. What I mean is like the genre of creepypasta that's based on a video game, like Ben's Round, Sonic EXE, that sort of crap. Herobrine was if it wasn't the first, it was the first one to break into massive popularity.
Yeah, they got popular.
It was, long story short, it was a Minecraft urban legend about some ghost hunting Minecraft that was supposedly the creator's dead brother. But yeah, it surfaced, and for years people were like saying like, "Oh, I saw Herobrine in my Minecraft world," and like all this crap. It was just dumb fun for the most part. Some people did believe it, but for the most part, it was just stupid fun.
You know,
which I actually did want to bring this up. So there's a running joke in Minecraft, and I really hope that the theory on this is right, because this would be the funniest shit if they did it, especially with the cave update coming. So there's a running joke in Minecraft when Herobrine got to like peak popularity. Every update since then, there would be a little update note that said removed Herobrine. Up until the last one. The last one, and keep in mind, they've been doing this for over 10 years. The last update didn't have it. And so I was like, are they going to actually add him as a legitimate enemy to the game? Please tell me they're adding him to the game, because that would be the funniest shit to me.
But I don't know how they would do it, because like if Herobrine spawns in a world, right, for one person, then they could open a server with it, right, and other people would, I don't know, like join in or something like that. Like,
see,
I don't know how they would, like implement that, but it would be great. It would be really nice.
So here's what my theory would be if they're gonna add Herobrine as a legitimate mob to the game. My whole theory is they would make it very similar to the original story of typically hanging out like within the edge of the render distance, or just keeping distance and stuff like that, and just messing with you.
Yeah.
I feel like what they would do is there'd only be one spawn. Like he'd only spawn one at a time.
Yeah.
So there'd only be one at any time. And I think for multiplayer purposes, they would have to make a whole new AI for him. So my theory is you'd make the AI target one random person in a server.
There is a good Herobrine mod.
Yeah, but it's a mod and it's not the original.
Yeah, I'm talking like if they add him officially, like what I think they could do is give him an AI that works on a random number generator, and that random number generator dictates which player he's going to go after for a certain amount of time before he changes targets. And what you could do is have him start out just stalking the player, like you just see him kind of in the corner of your vision, or like weird shit starts happening, like maybe items at random, like in your chest, maybe start going, like just random stuff goes missing, or like certain structures start appearing at random where they weren't before. Maybe you see him in caves every now and again, like just signs he's around.
Yeah.
And like he slowly becomes more and more aggressive over time. And he either will kill you like in an attack, or you can basically temporarily kill him off, and there'd be like a grace period when he doesn't spawn again. Like he'll always be around. It's just that you'll kill him. There'll be a grace period, and he'll come back again later. Yeah, but I feel like for people that don't want to deal with that, you would have to have a setting to turn them on and off.
Yeah, nah, I don't know.
All right. But moving on from Minecraft for a little bit, I said that I don't really love Minecraft because, I don't know, Minecraft, like you said that it was free and to have an open world where you do whatever you want, right? To me, I don't
Yeah.
see a point to the game like that. To me, a game has to have some kind of objective, even if you have to kind of build it by yourself. Like there has to be like an end
Yeah,
point.
but
There
you
has to be
can.
a point where shit ends. For example, an open world game that I actually really really like is Slime Rancher. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's the cutest fucking open world game ever, dude. It's like you're a farmer in this fucking alien planet, and there are these little slimes jumping around this planet, and you have to collect them. And from collecting them, there is an end, though. There is. Like, there's an end to Minecraft. Like, what's the end to
Like if
Minecraft?
you play the story,
Okay,
but you don't
so
have to.
Yeah, I
I was
guess,
actually
but
gonna I was gonna bring that up. Actually, technically there is a but. I think okay, like just
yeah, but
uh,
there is
well, like
technically an end to what's that game Nintendo released last year, Animal Crossing.
well, like
Technically,
what I mean
technic
is like when you say an end, you mean like it comes to a stop. Like that's it. We're done. Like pack it in. We're done.
no,
Like
it's
that's what you mean by
like
an ending, right?
no, like I'm saying like there is a point where you run out of things to do in that kind of sense, right? Like because
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Minecraft seems like a game that you can do whatever you want whenever you want. And it's like, dude, don't you get bored? Don't you like there has to be a point where you run out of shit to do, right? It's like I don't know, World of Warcraft. There's always shit that you have to be doing, missions that you have to be doing, shit you have to be grinding. It's like slavery almost. You get slaved into the PC and it eats away your life, right, Proxen?
No, it's about the experience.
The
Yeah, when you hang
experience.
out with people, it's nice.
Yeah, but you did nothing but play World of Warcraft for.
Warcraft is one of those games where it's just like just you're just like all right. I'm only gonna play for an hour. You look out the window. Where'd the sun go?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like for me, I like Slime Rancher because we have this really big ass world, right? But once you
Yeah.
finish exploring the world, there's nothing else to do, you know? Like you have the little slimy boys, and then you collect the slimy boys, and then you collect their poopies, that look like little crystals, or they poop out crystals, right? And then every crystal is worth something, right? So you can put the crystals in a machine, which will give you money, and with that money, you buy shit to upgrade your farm and open
Yeah.
new areas and shit like that. And that's what, like, you're working towards something constantly. You're working to get money, to buy upgrades, to open areas, to get more money. And that's why I like it. It's like this consistent thing until you finish exploring everything. And I was addicted. I was so addicted to Slime Rancher. It was so good. And like the slimes were the cutest fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. They were so cute. I just want to squeeze them. And there were so many. It was like Pokemon, dude. There was a slime for everything. There was normal slime, lava slime, water slime, magma. No, I already said lava. There was like the radioactive slime. There was the cat slime. There was the what other slimes? There was like
A
the
lot.
the firefly slime that used to like fly around. There's all kinds of slimes, dude.
So you
Am I
would
the only one
enjoy
that
open
finds
world
it funny? Like
like
with the
Subnautica.
Subnautica. Yeah, so Proxon's a really big fan of Subnautica. I have an interest for it. It's like I said, like a bit like open world games, like they have to have like kind of more or less an objective, right? For me, for example, I really loved this game when I was a kid called Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. It was like an old PlayStation 2 game where it was open world, and but you had your missions and shit. That's why I liked it. And there was an end goal. When you reach that end goal, that's it. It's the end of the game. But you could vibe a lot as well. You can vibe in the
you
game.
could just vibe.
You can just vibe. So like, but like you vibe, but eventually you get back on track. And Subnautica, I've always, I don't know, Praxon has talked about Subnautica a lot to me, and it genuinely seems like something that I would find fun. it feels like something that I could generally get immersed into. But lately, I don't play video games much anymore for two reasons. The first being that I feel like I don't have time, right? Because I'm doing so much, like I'm doing the podcast and I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing VA stuff and I'm writing. Like I just don't have time. Like I feel guilty whenever I want to play video games. But depending, like sometimes I let myself, for example, my one of my favorite games of all time, my favorite PC game of all time is actually The Binding of Isaac, right? Which is like a dungeon crawler platform. No, it's not a platform, but it's a dungeon crawler game.
It's like a dungeon crawler.
A
It's a dungeon
shooter.
crawler and puzzle game.
Yeah, it's a dungeon crawler puzzle shooter game, right? And
Yeah.
I like Binding of Isaac because like there's like every game is different. There's infinite possibilities, right? And they're
Yeah.
coming up with a new DLC called Inheritance, I think. Or it starts with an I, but they're coming out with a new DLC. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck yeah! I actually have more shit to do in Binding of Isaac now. Fuck yeah, Repentance. That's what it's called. And like I can't wait for Repentance to come out. It was supposed to come out at the ending of December, but no, it's gonna come out 31st of March, and I am seriously considering started streaming that game. I'm considering streaming again, like starting to stream, and I'm gonna play that game. And there's another game that I'm really looking forward to that's coming out even sooner, and that's Little Nightmares 2. I played the demo the other day, and I was like, for the first time in a really long time, I was super invested into it. You know Little Nightmares?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a huge fan of the first game, right? I didn't play it because I couldn't afford it back then. But like I love the art, and my laptop wouldn't run it, like because the graphics were so high. And but I love the art, and I saw like my favorite YouTubers playing it, and I just thought it was such a great game. But yeah, is there any other games that you guys want to talk about? Like you want to talk about Subnautica a little bit, Praxen?
I mean, what is to talk about it? It's like it's spooky.
Yeah, but like, but it's kind of like Doki Doki because when I saw Subnautica for the first time, I didn't think it was supposed to be scary. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's
and
like
then
I don't want to spoil anything about the game. It's like you're diving, you're exploring the oceans,
uh-huh.
you're going deeper and deeper.
But you don't like to being scared, but and you're scared of the ocean. You're scared of like when it's
Yeah.
dark. When it's dark
I'm,
ocean.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. The funniest thing in the world to me is getting someone who has a phobia of the ocean to get them to play Subnautica. That is the funniest shit to watch.
Dude, no,
I
like
don't know. It's fascinating.
like in the Proxan's case, like he's okay with the ocean. Like he loves the sea. He loves the beach
Dude,
at daytime,
dude,
right?
I'm even scared in Sea of Thieves if you have to dive like too deep. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Dude. But yeah, like if he has to dive, and if it deeply, or if he has to like swim in the ocean at night, he's terrified. When we met, like we went on a trip to Salvador in Brazil, and on our last day we went to the beach at night because why not? And I started to swim like far away, right? Cause like far away from shore, and I'm like, "Come with me, dude. Come on, let's see how deep you can go." He's like,
And
"Nope,
this is how the
nope."
movie Jaws started.
Exactly. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not taking risks, okay?
okay,
this,
dude.
this man sitting there just hearing the Jaws theme in his head. He's like, nope, I'm out. Fuck that.
Nah, but like it's because there was like a boat in the distance, and I'm like, dude, I want to touch the butt. I want to touch the butt.
Want
Dude.
to touch the butt.
Yeah, like the Finding Nemo's like, I want to touch the
Yeah.
butt. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to touch it, dude, and he's like, dude, yeah, go have fun. I'll be here
Yeah,
where it's safe,
you can
where I can touch
you
the
can go
ground.
do that shit. I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
here and wait.
And
Exactly.
like I'm like, no, you have to come with me. He's like, why? I'm like, I don't know, because you have to face your fears or something. I don't know. He's like,
I'm
yeah,
good with this one.
yeah, exactly. But
He's sitting there just like, this one is perfectly valid. Screw you.
yeah. No, but like I guess I'm okay with Subnautica because it's a game, right? And like I don't know, it's a game, so I think it's fine, but definitely I would never want to, for example, if we had the technology to go on the dark depths of the ocean, right? The when I mean dark depths, I mean like the deepest, darkest places in the ocean. Like if we had the technology to go deep, deep under, you know, I wouldn't go because I genuinely believe that like we have not discovered 95% of ocean life. We know more about space, about our goddamn solar system, than our own fucking ocean. I refuse
I
to go down there. What if Leviathan is down there, dude? What if Cthulhu is down there? What if there's a Kraken down there? Fuck that shit, dude. What if we wake up Cthulhu from his 1,000-year-old sleep, dude? No,
Oh,
I
dude.
think I'm one of the only people in the boat. I do that shit a heartbeat. You kidding?
You would?
Yeah, 100%. That
exciting,
shit's
right?
cool to me.
Yeah, but what if there's like this fucking cosmic horror monstrosity down there, dude?
Then I get to say I died in the most badass way possible.
Damn, dude. What would you do with Brush?
Dude, I'm gonna strut up to those pearly gates afterward. When he looks at how I died, I get to look at everyone in that behind that gate and go, smells like bitch in here. As you die, just by Cthulhu, motherfucker.
Dude. But what
I
if
stared that man down.
yeah. Well, what about you, Proxen? Would you do it if you were in like the submarine, like safely in the submarine?
Yeah.
Like safely, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
would.
think it's exciting, yeah.
But like,
I think
what if Kraken comes and grabs the fucking submarine and squeezes it and
Well,
kills all of you?
It's like
I'm already dead. Fuck it.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because to be honest, the pressure's so deep down there. The second like anything remotely cracks, it's just you're instantly dead.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You're just fucked.
Yeah, that's why I said if we had like advanced technology enough to withstand that pressure, right? But but any like, and is there any other games that you wanted to talk about?
Does anyone remember the game Limbo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I remember
Creepy game,
Limbo.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, like if you know Little Nightmares, you know Limbo, right? Because it's basically the same kind of game but different story. If I remember, at least are we talking about the same Limbo?
2D, black and white,
Yeah, it's like
very
similar.
open-ended storytelling.
Yeah, it's like it's the same gameplay to Little Nightmares. Let me just double check on that. Yes.
Limbo,
Yes, Limbo is like basically Little Nightmares, like pre Little Nightmares, but yeah, same gameplay.
Limbo is like the prime example I like to point to whenever I bring up less is more in
Yeah.
game development.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
Limbo, at the end of the day, is such a simple game. Like, in terms of its art style and creation, it is so simplistic, but yet it manages to turn that simplicity into one of the most iconic games ever made.
Mhm.
Like, its story is so weirdly, like, nothing is explained. It's all up to interpretation as to what in the hell is going on. Like, there's very little ever explained about the game. I think, like, the only thing that's explained is at the end, like, that's the dude's sister or something.
Uh-huh.
And that's all that's explained. Nothing else is explained. Like, why am I here? How did any of these people die? Can you actually, like, are they actually dead? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, nothing is explained. It's just up to interpretation. And I love, I wish they do another game like that, like a follow up to Limbo,
I
because there's
mean,
a lot of untapped potential with that
a
game. Like
follow
it,
like Limbo 2, something like that.
yeah, like another like Limbo 2 or something. Like don't call it Limbo 2 because that just sounds stupid. Behold Limbo with 2 sticks.
Lamau.
But yeah, no, like if they made a follow up, like another Limbo game, I would pick that up in a freaking heartbeat. Just because the thing is, like, you can do so much with the concept of Limbo. Like the environments are really well done. Like there's uniqueness to them. Like you have basically an infinite amount of what you could do with another Limbo game. Like keep the story open ended for sure. Make more enemies, like more unique ones. Like don't reuse the freaking spider.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe do something else with that concept of like, because if I remember correctly, the spider was ever present. Like it would just kind of show up just randomly at any point.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, like I like that idea of the ever present threat, but don't do the spider again because we've already done the spider.
Right.
Do something else. But I do think Limbo is one of those examples of when less is more. Because if they tried to make it like say 3D, or like they tried to put more like he over the head with like a jackhammer with like he symbolism or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't have worked as well. Like I quite frankly think it wouldn't have worked at all. But they found a happy balance of simplicity with its storytelling, with just enough symbolism to kind of get an idea if you're paying attention, but they don't hit you over the head with it like a freaking jackhammer, like, oh, I'm so deep, whack, like my game is deep. Like they don't do that, which I appreciate, thank God, because a lot of games do that for freaking reason.
Mm-hmm.
But they found a balance with it, and I do appreciate it for it. And I really, really want there to be another Limbo game, just because, again, the concept alone, because Limbo itself is such an untapped concept. With games that take place like the afterlife, it's always hell or it's always heaven. There's not really anyone that's ever tackled like the in between of the two. And I really do respect Limbo for taking it, because it's a game that took a gamble on very simple graphics, very simple control, very simple idea, and made it work. Like they took a gamble and won.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I wanted to talk about like just lightning round, like the games that I have here.
Mm-hmm.
What about Cuphead? Have you played Cuphead?
I have not personally, only because I don't have the money to replace controllers.
Damn, like
Dude,
so you don't have an Xbox controller?
No, it's about
I
replacing controllers because
replacing them. Dude, I play Xbox and all that. Like I play consoles and PC.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten so mad at console games. I've almost thrown a controller. I will sit there with the console controller over my head, and you'll just hear me go under my breath. $60.
But like you
It's
can,
$60.
but you can play like with your mouse and keyboard and shit. Like the first time that I played Cuphead, I played with my fucking fingers,
but
dude.
it's the same.
What the same
I
what?
The rage will also destroy keyboards and mouses.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Or
Yeah.
Oh
on the
no,
screen.
it would break. My keyboard wouldn't break. My window would break because
Oh
my
god.
desk is like right in front of my window.
So
This keyboard is built like a tank. It would go through the
Or
window.
like the whole PC
F.
has a hole through the window.
So I'm guessing that you are not a fan of rage games like Dark Souls and I don't know what was the name of that Bennett Foddy Getting Over It, or
People,
Crash
people like
Bandicoot, like the new Crash Bandicoot, like the remake. Like there were some very infuriating levels as well. Like you're not a fan of those?
people like watching me play them. I personally am not, because I can every time I play this, I feel my blood pressure skyrocketing.
Yeah, I get that. No, like
Because
I like rage games to some extent. I like them when they're fair. I feel like Cuphead, I really enjoyed Cuphead because it was fair, right? But something like Getting Over It, it's like, fuck that. That game was literally made to piss people off. I'm not gonna play something that was made for the sole purpose of angering. There's
yeah,
nothing.
I've always advocated for games because there was one game I played called I don't know, it's an indie horror game called Psycho no Sutoka, I think is how it's pronounced. And that game is one of the games that pissed me off the most in a long time, just because I'm in the camp of I don't give a crap if the game is hard as long as it's a fair hardness, then it's fine. Because if it's tough yet fair, that's fine. But if it's hard because of bullshit like say rubber banding AI or just random bullshit that can happen that you can't really do anything about, then I say no, it's hard by means of handicapping the player in the
Mario
dealing with
Kart.
bullshit.
Mario Kart.
Mario, yeah, Mario Kart's a good example of that. Like, there's no skill in that. That's just luck.
Yeah, definitely. Not like actually no. I thought you said that there was skill and fairness in Mario Kart the other
mean-
day.
I mean,
Because like we were playing a racing game from this game that I told you about called Tai, right? The one that I mentioned that was an open world PlayStation 2 game that I played. So they put that game on Steam. Like I recommend you checking it out if like you want like an Australia themed open world game. Oh, that would be Tai 2, right? It's very good. But anyway, there is like a racing game in the game of Tai, and I like okay because we played Mario Kart the other day on the old Wii, right? I was like, let's do
Yeah.
something. I'm bored. He's like, you want to play Mario Kart? I'm like, fuck yeah. And he beat me in every race. Like I couldn't beat him no matter how hard I try. Even when he was handicapped with the shitty controller and me with the joystick, I couldn't win. And I'm like, all right, let's play my racing game that I grew up with. And he's like, this game is bullshit. Fuck this racing game. This
because,
bullshit.
because Mario Kart, when you're like far behind, right, you get the rocket or you get like the shrooms, and you can catch up, right? You have like comeback mechanics.
Yeah, but that's not
But
always.
in that racing game of yours, you're at the first place, you get the boost to even drive even faster, and the guy on the last place gets bananas and stones and shit, and like how the fuck is he supposed to get to the front again?
No, but it's randomized. Like you could also get like the boost if you're in last place. It's just randomized.
You, you want to know what the crowning level of bullshit a racing game is?
What?
Y'all ever play Mario Kart 64? Like the original one?
Yeah.
No,
You want to know the biggest amount of bullshit I've ever seen happen with that game?
what?
So, this is how broken some shit is in the old Mario Karts, especially 64.
Uh-huh.
I was in a game tournament. It was in my town. It was a local gaming tournament that my friend Blake brought me to. And he calls me. I was like, "Yeah, no, there's a Mario Kart tournament going on downtown. I was wondering if you want to sign up." I said, "Fuck it, sure, sign me up." And we get there. I play my match. It goes fine. And he goes into the room to compete. Right? It was a four player free for all type deal.
Yeah.
And he goes in to compete. Everything is silent for about maybe 5 minutes. And all of a sudden I hear, "Motherfucker!" And it was so loud, the whole, like, everyone heard us slowly turn to look at the room that they were all in. And I'm sitting there laughing because I was like, he probably got hit by a red shell or something. He comes out so pissed, and I asked him what happened. He goes, "Dude, I was in dead last, got a blue shell, threw said blue shell, it went over a hill, came back and hit me." Like, and I asked him, "What do you mean?" "I mean, I was in dead last, got the shell, threw it uphill, was gone for a few seconds, turned around and hit me."
Jesus
I was like, "How?" He goes, "I don't know, but I lost."
It's some instant karma, dude.
Yeah, that's some sad shit, dude.
It's just, that is some, like, that right there is why I say Mario Kart is just bullshit.
Definitely. But to cap off, do you guys like point and click games, like point and click story games, like Frambo, Night in the Woods, Little Misfortune? I really like those kinds of games. They usually have a very, very beautiful art that comes with the game, right? And it's not it's not like a visual novel, right? It's not like pure text. Like you actually have shit to do, like you it's like a puzzle thing, right? You have to figure out where to go, where to click, what things trigger correctly, what items you have to use correctly to go through the story. I really like those point and click story games.
Yeah, see, to me, that depends from game to game, to be
Hmm.
honest.
Like
Like,
have you heard of the ones I mentioned? Like Little Nightmares, Frambo, and
Yeah,
not
Frambo
Little
especially.
Nightmares. Sorry, Little Misfortune and Frambo are made by the same person, and then Nine in the
Yeah.
Woods is like a one-time off game.
Yeah, is definitely one I have history with, but to me, the point and click genre, it's not necessarily my quote unquote favorite.
Uh huh.
But it's one of those genres that I overall aren't too interested in, but it's more of the case by case of like one game I might really like, even though it's point and click, but then another I don't like. Like it's all down to a case by case. Like there are games I do like in the genre and some I don't. It's like shooters. Like overall, I don't like shooters,
Oh
but there
yeah,
are
me
shooter
neither.
games I personally enjoy. So it's just a case by case for me in that sense. Because overall, I don't enjoy the genre, but if it's a good game, then yeah, I will like it all the same despite the genre.
All right. Well, I guess that's good. We should probably be wrapping up then. This was a good episode, but it's almost 11 and Proxon has to go to work tomorrow.
Yep.
So, we're going to
Oof.
be wrapping up. Is there any final thoughts that you guys would like to give?
This was a good episode. Yes.
Yeah, so,
It
all
was
right.
fun.
The best game ever made is Pong. Fight me,
Pong?
Pong. Yeah,
What's Pong?
It's
the
like
little,
those
little thing with the
TVs
two
with the
lines, and the little
buttons.
dot
Oh,
to go back and forth. That
that
game is
one.
the best thing ever made, and the KFC machine is the greatest console ever. I will fight anyone else on that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, then I guess we will be saying bye then. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening and having fun with us. But now we gotta tune out. I have been Dara,
And Proxen.
and this has been Rex. Please follow
Uh,
him. Can you shout out? Like, you want to shout out your social medias? Go ahead.
uh, okay, the so my YouTube, my Twitter, and my Twitch are all the same. So I'm just literally gonna post just a random thing in chat.
All right. So,
So that's my handle on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
mm-hmm.
Um, I also have a Discord that you can find on either my Twitch page or on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, really small community, but really nice all the same. So if you want to keep up with what I'm doing or just come hang out with a chill, albeit psychotic community, feel free to just check it out. And yeah, that's really it. I stream weekends, so tomorrow is going to be one of my streaming days. So if you got time, just go ahead and stop by.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's a really good episode. So, we will see you all next week. I think we will be talking about art next week, but we still have to make sure. So, yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching and listening. And we will see you next Friday, 9 p.m. European time or 12 p.m. Western Standard Time. I've been your host, Dara, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.